This tutorial shows you how to create forms for parents to fill out online for registration, application, permission slips, or any reason. To create your forms, go to the Students Form screen. Click Edit Form and then select New Form from this menu. Add a title and use this menu to select who fills out the form. Any parent is most common, but you can set it to each parent to require consent or information from both parents. These other options are if you want application recommendations or students to fill out forms. You can also make forms for staff to fill out. See the help guide for details on that. Check this box if the form answers apply to all their children, so they don't have to fill out redundant forms for each child. Select the grade levels here or leave it set to all. This menu determines when the form is used. Every year is for all students, new and returning, to register. New student enrollment is for new students only. Application is for new students if you have a separate step before registration. Ad hoc is for any other reason, usually in the middle of the year, like field trip permission slips. Click Add to begin putting items on your form. There are various types of items which can be added. Text is for read-only text. Then you have various input fields like checkboxes, radio buttons, menus, and different types of text boxes. File upload is so parents can upload a file like immunization records or proof of residency. Digital signature is a checkbox you can customize. It captures their IP address and timestamp. Each field may be required. You may also set the default selection if you like. Click up or down to rearrange the order of the items. Click Gap Before to adjust the spacing. Note that forms should not ask basic information that Jupyter already asks parents, like the student's name, birth date, and so on. We'll look at that shortly. Also, in some cases, it's better if a question is a custom field instead of a form question, usually for information you need to find quickly, like their photo consent. See the help guide for a discussion of which is best for which types of questions. You can make your forms automatically show and hide questions based on their input. First, write all the questions. Then, select a question you want to hide conditionally and click Show If. Then select the question and answer it should depend on. You can click End Section, then click Up or Down to expand the section to include more questions. You can add several conditional sections and even add sections within sections. Click Preview to see what your form will look like. If you have any show if conditions, you can test them out here. You can also click Print for a paper version of the form. Once you're done editing your form, you should see it listed here. The circle means it's offline, so to put it online, click it and then choose your options. Check Required to make the entire form required for parents, or leave it unchecked if it is optional. Click Default Online, or click here to choose specific students or groups of students. You will see a list of students whose parents see the form, as well as any who have completed it. You can click any student to set the form on or offline for them. This is also how you see their responses. Or return to this screen and click the Responses button. If you do not see your form listed here, click Add Remove Forms. Then check which forms are applicable for that particular school year. You can click and drag forms up and down on this screen to set what order parents see them in. To see all your registration forms exactly how parents see them, click the Demo button. This lets you preview the registration portal for new or returning students. On the demo screen, you can fill out the standard questions that Jupyter already asks, so you should not put these as redundant questions on your forms. Once you select the grade level, it then shows you the forms in this sidebar so you can preview all of them. See our other tutorial on registration for how to invite parents to use the registration portal. Also, when parents log into the regular parent portal, they can click Forms in the sidebar to see your forms. To email parents to ask them to fill out your forms, go to Post, New Message. Select the student or students and check the Email a Button link for Forms. This is typical for things like permission slips, but for registration and applications, the registration portal is easier, so see our other tutorial for registration. There are several ways to see who still needs to fill out their forms. To check a specific form, go to Students, Forms. Click on the form. You'll see one list for complete and one list for blank or incomplete. You can also find a particular student to see all of their forms, whether complete or not. You can also go to Students, Registration. Select a status like enrolled or returning. It shows a green circle by anyone who has at least one incomplete required form. Usually for medical forms and special needs, it is useful to transcribe what parents have written. So go to Students, Special Needs and Medical. Select a student and then click Edit. Then choose Show Form. Select the appropriate form. For example, your form may ask about allergies and medications. Then the nurse can retype their information using standardized terminology in the appropriate boxes here. They may then click Next for the next student. See the help guide for more discussion of medical forms.